What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's up? What's up?
So going live here on the show. Big week we just had, right? So tonight we're gonna have a little discussion about something that obviously we struck a chord with on TikTok, right? We put a post out there and we did pretty good on it, I would say. 215,000 views. Not shabby, right? Not
I'd
shabby
say
at all.
so. I thought that was pretty stout.
We did that in like less than 72 hours too. That was like the speed of it was what really threw me off was every time we texted it was like 9,000 more. So basically we're not going to talk about opinions. We're going to talk about real cases, facts. I know some people tend to think that we while out a little bit, but we're going to come with some hardcore facts today to back up this post that we put up. So real outcomes, real facts, real data, real consequences. John, should men be allowed to play in women's sports?
Absolutely not. And it's, I can't believe it's even a question. I can't believe it's in a place like Congress and made its way to the Senate. I can't believe it's even a question. Um, Somebody said something to me the other day. They said, "Hey, what happened with your live on your viral post?" And I said, we had some technical difficulties and we couldn't do the show. And they made a comment that stuck hardcore in my head. They said, "Why isn't there leagues created for transgender people? Like they
Oh,
could play
imagine that.
basketball together and they could
Imagine
bowl together and they can swim together."
you could slap their cocks together.
Like, what? The fact that it's even there. So, you want to dive into some of the things that came up
Yeah.
through this post and why this post was generated?
Yeah. So I saw that there was a vote on it. And I don't know, man. My whole life changed when I had a daughter or a kid for that matter, right? Things for me got different, like, before I had kids, I didn't give a shit about politics. I didn't care about I was just fucking, out partying and living my life as a newly married man, bachelor, whatever. But
Yeah,
when you
you
have
were as liberal
kids,
as they get.
things change a little bit, right? Like
Absolutely.
you buy a home, things change, all of a sudden you're paying for shit you didn't even know was a thing. Um But I keep seeing I will say, like, ever since COVID, they really tried to fucking ram home that transgender bullshit, and I've always been very against it, and here's the thing, I feel bad for the L's, the G's, and the BBQs, and if I was a lesbian or gay, I would be like, "Yo, you T's need to fucking start your own march," like, w
I mean, there are a lot of them that are so anti-T, it's unbelievable, but then they get called out and they're called racists and blah blah blah.
so,
It's
like,
messed up.
to me.
The T's are the mentally ill ones.
Yes, the T's are the ones, and then with all the extra letters and the plus signs. But like, dude, I don't see gay people any. I mean, you're gay. I don't see. If it's just it's so interesting. Like, if I always try to think to myself, if I was gay, how mad would I be at these transgenders? Because it's like we fought our fight, right? We went down our battle road. We won our war, and now these transgenders are like tagging along. Now they're pulling them all back, and it's like you got to think like the gay people, like, yo, bro, you're on your own, buddy. You
Yeah,
like,
and gays had a massive uphill battle to get to
yeah.
where they ended up getting to.
Absolutely, and I would say they conquered. Like, I follow a bunch of influencers who are gay. Like, th- that shit don't bother me at all. But the transgender is different because they demand you to play along. That's what I don't like. I don't like the fact that one, they come for the kids. What's up, Team Cream? Um, they come after the kids, dude. And I don't like that shit because they're talking about some wilding out. That I think transgenderism is a mental illness. Like that shit's crazy for you to think I'm supposed to treat you like I would treat a woman. Come on, bro. First of all, liberals can't even tell you what a woman is. Now I'm supposed to call this dude a fucking liberal or a woman.
Speaking of liberals, so when this bill, it was called HR 28, when this House resolution became a bill, 216 yays from Republicans, 206 no's, nays from Democrats. But then there was these two special yays from the Democrats that were in
Yeah,
favor of the bill. Um,
that's too close. Like, come on, bro. Like, that's crazy.
Well, here's the thing. When you look at both of these congressmen, Henry Cuellar and Vincent Gonzalez, both of them come from the 28th and 34th districts, respectively, in Texas. Now, if you look at the demographic there in their districts, they're like blue collar workers. And, these two liberals did what was best for their
Constituents.
constituents. Exactly.
Imagine that.
So, it just shows that there are some people that have common sense. Now, why 206 said nay? The only
That's
thing I can think of is it came from Trump. So say nay. Who cares what's good for our constituents?
Yeah, I mean, so I think okay, so I came with receipts tonight, right? Because this one, for what I don't know why, I can't explain, but this one hits me really hard, and I absolutely will die on this hill fighting this mental illness, right? If you decide at 18, 19, 20 years old, you want to cut off your wiener and grow some tits, hey bro, knock yourself out, right? But you still will be bro, okay? You'll just be bro with a nice rack. So the minute that you start to come at the kids, right? And you start to try to like indoctrinate the kids that this is fucking normal. It's not normal. It's not normal. The whole switching, you're biologically a dude. If you want to dress up as a woman, hey, fucking knock yourself out, bro. But I'm not playing that game with you. So there's there's one specific thing that I think really set like the dominoes off. Do you remember Leah Thomas?
Yeah.
So Leah Thomas, first of all, Will Thomas was a national swimmer. He's a man. He's got a wiener, and when he was swimming, he was like ranked like 554th. Okay, nationally, 554 against dudes. He was a fucking bum. There was 553 dudes better than him. So he decided, I'm gonna say I'm a girl, right? So now he's a chick, right? And he goes in, and guess what place he finishes when he becomes a chick?
First.
First place. All right. I call girls bros. I don't give Team Cream. That's what I'm saying, bro. Listen. They're bros. All right. They're bros with a nice rack. But
You have
yeah,
a sausage.
so this dude decides, you know what? I'm kind of mid range at this. I'm gonna go ahead. What's up, King Days? I'm gonna go ahead and fucking be a girl. Now he's in first place, right? So the girl who he beat, Riley Gaines, she has put up a massive fight against this, and I fucking love this girl for that because she's been, dude. They've had lawsuits against her. She is like the poster child of pushing back on that shit, and it's fantastic because she got bullied out of her own sport. Could you imagine? Like, I would love to hear from women tonight about how that makes them feel as dudes are taking over their fucking titles and their jobs and like that would blow my mind if I found out a woman came in and all of a sudden was the best quarterback in the NFL. I would feel I would feel a little sideways about that. But
Some comedian made a joke one time saying, I can't remember who it was, but they were saying if LeBron joined the WNBA, he would score 100 points per game.
yeah,
You know,
exactly.
we've seen things in the past where like uh men's high school varsity soccer teams destroyed professional women's teams
Yeah. I mean,
in
listen,
soccer. I mean,
biologically, listen, men are stronger. Their bones are stronger. Their muscles are strong. Like it's
we're built different.
this is not an ego thing. This is a fucking
It's just
let's
the
just
way we are. It's like saying, uh, "Oh, I want to change my skin color. I was born a certain way and I want to be something else." No, you'll
yeah.
never be white if you're not white. You'll never be black if you're not black. You'll
So yeah,
never
you can act black,
Yeah,
but
but
you're not
that's
black.
but the thing is when people want to identify as something else and they become engulfed in the idea, they also want that idea to spread on to you and you to accept it. So if they walk up to you and you happen to bump shoulders and you say, "Oh, I'm sorry, man," and they identify as a woman, they turn around, they're like, "I'm not a fucking man." You know, they get crazy. It's like,
Yeah,
whoa,
yeah.
slow your roll, man.
Stop calling me
Man.
sir. It's like you have a fucking goatee, bro. Hey, so Team Cream just said something. He said, I've never heard he says realize, real eyes, real lies. Dude, spitting facts out here, spitting bars too. Um it's
He says, "Hope the world gets better," and that's exactly true. We
yeah,
do hope the world will get better. I mean,
yeah,
we're in such a freaking mess. It's unbelievable.
yeah. It's tough, man, because you know, I always think about it. Like if so I have a daughter, right? If my daughter had to deal with this kind of shit, like I don't know how I could fucking I don't know, man. Like that really it really bothers me that these sick ass people and then not only okay, so we need to make insane asylums great again. That's what we need to do. That's the real MAGA. Um but
The only asylum we're talking about in the world right now is like refining the rules for people that want to claim asylum coming into our country.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
about it,
The wrong asylums. But
right?
it's like so you're going to penalize hundreds of thousands of girls who have practiced every day of their life at softball, baseball, soccer, hockey, tennis, whatever, dude. And you're going to let that all be taken away because some fucking dude can't fucking win in his own fucking in his own body, so he's going to fucking fix the deck.
Now let's
That
back
shit's
up a
bullshit,
tiny
dude.
bit really quick. The question I have always had is why did that dude that wants to be in women's sports professionally or whatever level it is, how did he get to that point? Where the fuck were his parents like in
Mm.
raising him? And
They were little beta bitches.
my
That's where they
god.
were. Well, I you know what? I guarantee it was a single family home or a single parent home, probably his raised by his mother, and just soft fucking I listen, I would think now, let me know in the chat. I would think that most people who are trans would be liberal, correct?
I would think so.
Now I have seen one. I saw one fucking this blonde dude, fucking big old titties, but monster guns and long blonde hair, and he was fucking raging MAGA. he,
Jesus
he
Christ.
looked like Steve Cold Austin, Stone Cold Austin with some fucking hair. But this is crazy, dude. This is the fucking times we live in, man, where this is even something that we're talking about these fucking wacky ass motherfuckers out here with their you know, it's crazy, dude. Like there's one video I saw, uh, and it was this dude. So a lot of stuff happens in these locker rooms, right? And there was this girl who walks into the bathroom, and there was a dude in a stall. I think I told you about this. The dude was in the stall, and where the light was, you could see his shadow.
Oh my
And
god, yeah.
Bro,
Jerking it, you said,
he
right?
was just in there just going to town, dude, and having a wank, and these girls were like, "What the fuck is happening right now?" Like, this is inside the women's locker room, and this dude's just in there fucking railing it, right? And
Let me ask you
when
a
they
question. Do you think people like that are they just insecure and they feel like that's their only way to get close to women?
what, by being in a bathroom?
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, honestly, I chalk it up as a mental illness, and please, I see the chat
But the
blowing up.
mental illness part is they're just so insecure that that's their only way to get close to women. Like it's almost like a diabolical, twisted plan coming from a
It could
very sick person.
it could be. I mean, I don't put anything past these people. Like, you're obviously mentally fucked up. Like, if it like to even have like the mental capacity of walking into a woman's locker room feeling comfortable in itself is fucking beyond me. Like, what kind of a beta bitch is going through that? Meant, could you imagine just walking in and being like, "Yeah, so I'm here." So, like, this dude, Leah Thomas, right? There was a file in here where he was in the locker room and he, like, literally, like, just pulled his dick out and was like, "Blah," smacked it out right in front of all the girls, and they're like, what the fuck?" And when they spoke up about it, they pressed back on the girls, like, the girls got heat. And then they're like, "Oh, she is this and she is that," and they're like, "This dude's got a big ass wiener. What are you talking about? And she's in the locker room."
It's so
So
fucking weird to me, dude.
when I and all I could think is, like, if my daughter was in a locker room and some fucking weird ass dude walks in and drops his junk, like, bro, those are some fighting words. You know what I'm saying? And
Want a cigarette?
there's a lot of different things that have happened. Like, this is not just with Leah Thomas. This is with there was check this shit out, dude. There was a woman in Planet Fitness, like, I think it was like anywhere like 6 to 8 months ago. This black woman goes into fucking Planet Fitness, and there's this dude in there in the women's bathroom. He's fucking butt ass naked, and he's walking around like he fucking owns a joint. He's got his junk hanging out, and he's this and that. And she called him out, and she was like, "Bro, you need to, like, bounce. Like, you're not in the right." Yo, Planet Fitness banned this woman's membership, kicked her ass out, threw this woman out, threw her out, membership revoked, bang, bang, gone because she spoke up for the other women in the bathroom. That's crazy, dude. That's
That
when
is crazy.
a company is so afraid of offending one person that you're gonna ban a woman from the gym because she called out a dude who was naked in the woman's bathroom.
Dude,
These people are sick, bro.
they are sick, and the sad thing is those hospitals are gone, and they should be housing these people. These people go and shoot others and cause all kind so many other things have come from this, not
Yeah.
locking the trans community up. Like, you should not be walking in the streets and thinking you're Superman and then trying to stop crime.
Yeah.
So why in the world are you walking around the streets pretending to be a woman trying to get pregnant or say you can have a period or play
So you can
sports
have a
with
baby.
other girls and then dominate in that sport? Like, it's crazy. So the thing that really got to me, Ronan, in all of this was when this bill passed in the House, it has to go to the Senate to become law,
Yeah.
and it failed in the Senate, which was crazy to me. And three of the biggest names, Chuck Schumer, Elizabeth Warren, and Bernie Sanders, all voted nay in the Senate for this, yet they had not one thing to say about it. They really weren't on record. Look at how many times those mother effers are on because, Trump did something or border this or but they really had nothing to say and it killed the bill in the Senate. My only hope is that, with all the redistricting that's going on, you know, there's talks about this bill coming back around full circle and making its way through the House again, and then it will pass with very little support in the house
Yeah.
from, you know,
I'll,
the
I'll
freaking
tell you.
libtards.
I'll tell you what, dude. King Days just said something that makes I didn't think about that. I never thought about this, and
About opening the floodgates.
yeah, his dad said that they should never have legalized gay marriage because it opened the floodgates. And look what's happened is now it's like, all right, you know what? The gays got their way. Now we're paving the path for the trannies. But
It's a very good point. It's actually as real as it gets right there, man.
and I never thought of that, but that's exactly what it is. It's like, okay, cool, we got 1 point here. Let's go for the next. So um yeah, that's really good to see because I never thought about that. But it's here's another thing with the same with Leah Thomas and this Riley Gaines. So they had tied, and in the tie, they decided to give it to Leah Thomas because it would have been a better photo op. So he got the medal, he got the recognition and all this stuff. And dude, there's a picture of them standing side by side. This dude's like 2 feet taller than her. He's like he's built like a fucking like a basketball player, and then
Yeah.
there's this little girl who has been training every day since she's like 4 years old to be a swimmer, and here comes this fucking ripped ass dude
Let me
who
ask you
just
a
took it from
question.
her.
Let me ask you a question. Is there any point in this freak's mind when he's getting up to the starting block where he says, "This is wrong"?
No, he's probably like, "Imma get this bitch."
Oh my god, he really thinks he's like a woman in his
Yeah.
head.
He's probably sitting there and you know what he's probably thinking right before that thing goes off? He's like, "Alright, man, I'm the man. Let's go."
Jesus Christ.
Fucking, you
I'm the
know what? He's
man.
probably he's probably thinking like, "Imma drop my balls on this bitch." Dude,
It's
you gotta be fucked up to be doing stuff like this, man. And, like, that's the thing is, like, how could you, like how could okay, here's a better one, okay? So I'm gonna jump down a little bit to this one that really stands out to me as, like, this should have been the one where it's like, "Okay, pull the plug on the whole tranny and the sports thing," right? Have you ever heard of the Fallon Fox?
no.
Okay. So the Fallon Fox is a MMA featherweight fighter. All right. It's a dude.
Sorry to interrupt. Uh,
What do you
what a
say?
world. Where's
Oh, what a
Brett? I'll
world. What's
take
up,
that
what's up,
trophy.
my dude? Where's Brett? Yeah, Brett's fucking sleeping, that old bastard. You know who you are. Taking first place on a Saturday night. Fucking Brett. Brett must be fucking passed out. Holding his wiener like Leah Thomas.
Jesus.
Um
No, Brett's a good dude, man. He's
I
always
know, I
there
know, I
for
know,
us.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm
he's a
only
good
I'm
dude.
only fucking teasing him. You know who you are. Hey, so the Fallon Fox, right? So this fucking dude, right, got his little cornrows, fucking goes into this fight, right? Walks into the octagon and beats the fucking bricks off this woman, knees her in the face and like breaks her fucking skull, like dude,
So
straight
wait a
knee.
minute. You're telling me this couldn't be UFC. Dana White would never allow.
No, no, no. It's like a spinoff of it's
Okay,
MMA.
so
It's
it's like
MMA fighting.
some cockfighting and
It
shit in the
literally is a cockfight, right?
Jesus.
So the Fallon Fox fought mental women, multiple women. Tamika Brent suffered from a concussion from an orbital bone fracture, 7 staples in round 1.
That's
Knee to
ridiculous
the
that this
face,
organization, this promoter allowed this.
beat
Like,
beat the
that's just
bricks off her in
selling
39
tickets for
seconds.
freaks.
Dude,
That's so sad, dude.
and you know what? I think King Dazed is right. He said, "Didn't Fallon end up getting whooped by a chick?" She did. Well, he did, but the point is that he fucking almost murdered this girl
Yeah.
with his fucking knee. Um, so these people are sick, bro. Like, it's
If my daughter ever like participated in an activity or a organized sport and I learned that there was a trans play, my daughter would be pulled immediately. I would
oh,
make the biggest
absolutely.
stink about it. I would
Yeah.
Remember when we ran down to the Board of Education
Yeah,
and
hell yeah, I remember
we
that.
started raising a stink about all of the indoctrination for these
And
like
all
kindergarten curriculums
and all the
throughout the
people who
county?
fought back were either transgender, they were all fucking wacky ass dudes.
It was crazy.
Yeah,
It was
and people ain't
absolutely
right.
crazy.
So,
Let me
there's
ask
so
you something. If
yeah.
if you're in a situation where you're being polite and you see someone and you just don't know, like, what do you say to someone? Like, "Oh, sorry, man," or "Excuse me, sir,"
Oh,
or
I'll call him out. I'll call him what it is. I say that shit on purpose, dude. If I see someone there's a dude down at my UPS store whenever I go drop something off from Amazon. I know that motherfucker's trying to be a girl, but guess what? I walk in, I'm like, "Yo, what's up, bruh? What's up, dog? Hey,
do you
sir. Hey,
really?
buddy." Oh, fucking right I will.
Hell yeah,
Listen,
dude.
I don't play that shit, dude. If you want to fucking dress up, I'm gonna call you out for what it is. You a fucking weirdo, bro. Fucking yeah, dude. Nah, I ain't playing that miss bullshit. Fuck out of here. You know what's crazy is like half the women I see, I think are dudes now. There's all the time now I look at women different. I'm like, those are some nice boobies, but that jawline, I think that's a motherfucking dude.
That little lump in your throat right there.
I told you about my first tranny experience in Los Angeles. I checked out a dude he was like 2 blocks away and
Yeah.
walking over, long blonde hair, massive tits, and I was like, yeah. I was standing right outside of In-N-Out Burger, and then she got 1 block closer, and I was like, oh my god, check out the rack on this broad. And then she walked up, she was like, "Sup, man?" I was like, "Fuck, Jesus Christ!" Probably had a
What's
bigger
crazy
wiener
to
than
me
me.
is when a trans person, you know, goes to the limit to like accentuate certain parts of their body to make it obvious that they're trans, but they
Mhm.
leave the stubble behind.
Or like some of them, they get down with it. Like, go keep the mustache. I'm like,
Yeah, that's what I
what
mean.
are
The stubble, mustache, whatever,
what
any
are we going
facial
for
hair
here?
whatsoever is just mind blowing to me. It's like if you're gonna play the part, the easiest thing you could do is like shave that shit up, get some Gillette, and a five razor,
Yeah, you know which
flat five
one
blade joint.
you know which one really fucking pissed me off, dude? Because I love a good boycott. You know which one really pissed me off was that fucking Dylan Mulvaney dude with the Bud Light. You remember that shit? You remember when
Who?
Dylan Mulvaney, the dude who played a transgender with the Bud Light? Dude, Kid Rock
No,
shooting up the Bud Light cans and all that kind of stuff?
no, I never seen it.
What do you live under a fucking rock? What's wrong with you?
My bad,
Dude,
dude.
Bud Light lost like billions of dollars over this. So what they did was
Well, I
Dylan
know
Mulvaney.
everybody stopped drinking that gay beer, but
That's why. What do you
oh,
think? They're
that was
just
the reason?
yeah, man. So
Oh.
Kid Rock is a massive Bud Light guy, right? So Kid Rock got like a bunch of 30 packs together and pulled out his AR or his AK. He was like, "Brrr," and made a video of it and shit. So, but now he's back drinking Bud Light because he had to apologize. But anyway, so this dude Dylan Mulvaney he went like full retard, like cut the junk and everything, right? So what Bud Light did was and I'm telling you, this was all Biden, right? This all happened when Biden got in office. Everybody wanted to like be gay and shit, like being gay and all that stuff was the new thing. So Bud Light put this dude on the can and he looks like a fucking dude trying to be a girl, right?
Oh my
And
god. Wait a
most
minute, wait a
people,
minute, wait a minute. They took the time to print this person on a can to make a point.
yeah.
What the fuck do
And
people
let's
like?
just let's just say the Bud Light people did not fuck with that, dude. They were not happy about that shit. They lost billions of dollars, and this boycott went on for like a couple weeks, and that was massive. I mean, you think Bud Light's I would say the top 3 most selling beers in America, right?
Absolutely.
Between like Miller Lite, Bud Light, Budweiser, and I don't know, Yingling maybe. But like,
And it makes sense. It just goes to show in a very indirect way how big the red wave is in this
yeah,
country. You know, they almost crippled a beer company just by not buying it.
yeah. I don't know. I drank Bud Light once and woke. He said I drank Bud Light once and woke up in a dress.
Jesus
Dude, that
Christ.
shit. I've always hated Bud Light, but that's you know what? My butthole always hurts a little bit when I drink Bud Light. Wonder what that's all about.
Yeah, I wonder what that's all about. Calling me gay.
Yeah, well, you know what? If you keep calling it an entrance, that's gonna be your problem because it's more of an exit. Anyway, so
Right.
yeah, dude, that was a massive boycott because of the transgender mental lunatics. There was a young African American dude in high school who he decided he was gonna run track for women's girls track, and
And where's he from?
I think it's like Tennessee or some shit.
No, but where you said he was an African guy?
No, he's a black dude.
Oh, black dude. He could just go to an all white neighborhood. He doesn't have to become a girl.
That's what I'm saying. He's black. Like, I think he's
Yeah, you go
fast
to
as
all
shit
white
anyway.
neighborhood, he'll crush everybody. He'll get state championships and
So check this out, right? You racist bastard. So this dude goes and he starts running high school track.
white people can't run.
White people, yeah, exactly.
They cannot fucking run for shit.
Yo, this dude got 15 titles and 17 records. So he
You know
basically
how
just
long of a
started running
time
track and
span
just
that is
slaughtered
to
everybody.
that time span to get all those records and titles and nobody was like saying something?
Well, what they were trained that they have to be sensitive. You know,
That's
my
such
feelings
fucking
end where your
bullshit,
rights
dude.
begin. Like, dude, all these
Man,
sheep
gotta
out
be
here.
sensitive.
I don't want to offend anybody. People are so fucking afraid to
You
offend each
can't say
other.
black anymore. We say it all the time on the show. We
Yeah.
say black, white, Chinese. What you are, what you are. Remember
Yeah.
that one reporter with Trump during COVID? She was like, "Why do you keep calling it the Chinese virus?"
Yeah.
And he was like,
It's
"Because it's
China.
from China."
It's from China. So here's another one. This dude, Austin Killips, he won the Tour of Gila in cycling, right? Volleyball. I love how they always spell their name like it's like a man's name, but it's gotta be a little bit gay, you know?
Wait, we got to pause here. So King Days said, "I was gonna say something, but I'll keep it to myself." Listen, man, this is the PTE show. We push the envelope.
Yeah,
Say it.
bro.
Say
Why are
it.
you holding back? We're not.
Yeah, say it. Say it, bro.
Say it. Hey, listen,
Say it. Don't spray it.
that's what we do, brother. That's why we're out here. We're out here because people are too afraid to say the shit that we're trying to say. Um,
We call a spade a spade. If you're
yeah,
shitty, that's what matters to us. We don't care the color of your skin, the religion you are. If
yeah.
you're just a
Listen,
shitty person or a libtard, that's all that matters to us.
yeah,
They're the
listen,
only people we're gonna fuck with. So if you
and
fall in
and
the
if
category of just being shitty, we
yeah,
don't care
dude,
what color you are. You're going down.
dude, I shit on John every day, dude.
Yeah, we've been best
He's an
friends for
easy
39
target.
years.
So let's see. Volleyball. Here's another one. Weightlifting. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Weightlifting?
Weightlifting.
Yo, this dude got into the Olympics, bro.
Come on, that's such an embarrassment. Like the
What a
Olympics were created by my
l-
people right here, and I
li-
guarantee you that that wasn't a thing. Like we took pride in, what
he's,
the hell we were doing.
he said my comment was gonna be racist as hell. Listen here, King Dazed. You have found your weekly show. Um, yeah, weightlifting, dude. So this dude, Laurel Hubbard, was a fucking professional weightlifter in the Olympics. Like, how can you step up to the mic and take on a woman knowing that you're a dude? Like, and then here's the other thing: when they do win, like, how do you think they feel? Like, do they feel like "fuck yeah, I'm the man," or do they feel like,
That's what I was saying about the swimmer, like walking up to the block, man. Like, how do you walk up to that starting block and say, "Oh yeah," like, come on, like, where does the common sense ever kick in throughout your day, whether it's your training or prepping for the show or getting on that starting block, diving in the water, taking the gold medal around your neck? I mean, come on,
yeah? At some point, you gotta be able
dude. I
to,
would like straight Tanya Hardin that motherfucker.
yes.
Like, seriously. They'll be
See,
like,
that's
"Oh,
when
you wanna put
women.
us
That's
on the
when
news? I'll
women were
put you right
taking
back on
knees,
the
dude.
news." What?
That's when women were taking knees. You know, literally.
Now that is something worth taking a knee for. Not
Yeah,
that
hell yeah.
flag behind you and behind me, not the vets that died You know,
Yeah.
we
It's
fought for all this shit as veterans, including this right here. This is such an instability in our country. It's unbelievable, in my opinion.
well, every time we've talked about this a couple times in the past shows, but the more research we do on some of these subjects, it gets dark, right? Because you start looking into something and you get down a rabbit hole and you're like, oh my God, this is crazy. Like the Epstein one, like those couple episodes were those were tough. But like the more I dug into this particular show, it was like a never ending amount of just more facts. And it was funny too because Chat GBT is a total liberal. Um, so you talk about the antique farm equipment. You ever seen the joint when they're like, "What's the oldest piece of equipment?" And the guy raises his hand. That's me. Um, so the more I dug into this, the more like these are so I asked ChatGPT something and it's like, ooh, it doesn't like getting ChatGPT don't like pushing the envelope. It likes to like close the envelope.
It does not like pushing the
So
envelope.
when I would bring it up, it was like, we're going to do this my way. It has to be factual, documented. So everything that I'm spitting right now has been documented. It's not because I was like, nah, man, fuck that. Let's go down some conspiracy holes. And it's like, no, we're not doing that, sir. You can do that shit on your own. But, but yeah, dude, it just keeps going, dude. There's swimming. So you ready for this? So there was another fighter, right? Alana McLaughlin, former U.S. Army Special Forces,
Oh my god.
right? Somebody took his fucking man card, and he went and choked this bitch out in a MMA fight. Let me repeat that: U.S. Army Special Forces. Aren't those like the most like badass motherfuckers in the world? Like Rangers and like
Yeah,
Navy
I
SEALs and
mean,
shit.
they're one of the most elite groups of fighting force on the planet, for
And
sure.
here's this dude choking out women. Like, dude, these mugs these mugs ain't right, bro.
So, the promoters of these fights, the organizers of these sporting events, the the men who take these trans people in and enable them and make the sex in the asshole,
Make
those are
make the sex in
just
the
as sick
butts.
of people as the trans people.
Yeah.
They're allowing it. They're embracing it. They're looking to put asses in seats, type mentality. How can we get publicity? Oh god,
But
dude.
like here's another one. Jamie Booker, probably fucking boyfriends with Cory Booker and his bitch ass. Jamie Booker, you ready for this? Won the world's strongest woman. So the dude, now it does say that with all the debate was later disqualified. However, competed and won first place the world's strongest woman. So the
And what were
world's
they
strongest woman
disqualified?
was a dude.
What were they disqualified for? For juicing or something? Or the fact that they had a dick between their legs?
It was probably the testicles. It was probably the testes. Maybe it came out of the side of her fucking dress. I don't know.
I'm gonna go back to what I said at the beginning of the show. Why aren't there how many like
This shit makes me mad.
promoters and people in the on the business side of putting events together could make a ton of money for creating a fucking circus of trans sports, trans this, trans that. The only thing trans, in my opinion, trans should be a part of if they want to participate is like brain knowledge games and shit like that,
Oh
like
fuck.
Jeopardy.
Hold
I'm
on,
just
so
saying where they use their
brain knowledge games.
I'm
Okay,
just
well,
saying that
you mean like
anything that you have to think about.
non-contact, like
What?
non-contact sports, right?
Yeah.
What about okay, so here's another one. The whole psyop part of it. Have you noticed how many politicians and Hollywood elite have transgender kids?
Oh my god, Jamie Lee Curtis has like
Dude, Megan
6
Fox
of
has
them.
like 17 like transgender kids. It's like they're born as a dude. They're like, nope, you're a girl. You're born a
That
girl.
makes
Nope,
me
you're a dude.
wonder about that famous person. Like, are they using their children as a way to
It's a
gain,
sacrifice.
like that's so terrible.
I think now here comes the conspiracy part. So Kanye West, there was a video of him and he talked about having to sacrifice his mom. Michael Jordan had to sacrifice his dad. All these people have to sacrifice somebody in order to get to the platform, right? To get to
Yeah.
the top, you have to sacrifice someone. So I've heard, now you know who you are, probably gonna call me out on this because we ain't talking about a box of ticks or nothing. But they said that a lot of people have to sacrifice things where the Hollywood world wants to push their agenda, right? So isn't it a little odd that all of these fucking people have transgender children? Like that seems to be pretty like Charlie Theron, all these motherfuckers, dude. Like
That almost seems like you were saying, that's the sacrifice.
it's like, oh
They get
god, I
this
gotta
like
have a gay kid.
golden letter delivered to their house by
Yeah.
an anonymous postal.
Like Willy
And
Wonka. You got
yeah,
the golden ticket, your kid's
yeah.
gay.
Oh, we're straight, but Junior, you're not gonna be Junior anymore. You're
My
gonna
daughter's
be
got a
Susie.
penis.
You're gonna be Susie. You're not gonna say anything. If you do, you're going down, and we'll make another one of
Uh,
you.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. We'll just make another one and change them. Um, yeah, dude, these people are fucking they're sick, dude. But
Hollywood elites and politicians in this country might be some of the most dangerous people on the planet. And the thing that sucks is we're the masses. There's more of us that think that this is completely abnormal. And yet we do nothing about it because they have us in this situation where we're so dependent on them for our electricity, our internet, our food, our
entertainment.
cars, our fuel, and why can't we all just
I think the majority of the people out there are still asleep and they're sheep. And there's only a few of us out there who have kind of woken up to it. And it's just fucking I mean, it's just over their heads, dude, and they'll just I mean, like, look at how people act, like, with fucking the Oscars and the Emmys and the award shows. Well, who the fuck cares about that shit? I don't give a fuck about that. But these people are like sheep to them. They're like, Billie Eilish will stand up there and talk about how fucking America, like, we're on stolen land. This bitch owns a mansion on stolen. Shut the fuck up. But
you're gonna
people
have
are
to
just like,
talk
oh
to
my God. Ah.
you're gonna have to talk to King Days that I've been holding this pee in for 43 minutes.
Billy. Who you have?
I have. I can't
Oh, I
hold
didn't
it
dude,
anymore.
I thought we just got on. I
No,
thought
43 minutes ago we started and I
oh, we've
was
been
like, oh,
ripping.
right when we hit live, 10 seconds after, I was like, I gotta pee.
That's because you're a fucking old man.
Yep.
All right,
Well,
what's it say? In a
I'm going to
famous
pee.
way, morals and values, religion, even though you don't speak against it, stand up for yourself. Blacklisted. Yeah. Blacklisted and shunned. You ain't lying, dude. These people are fucking sick, bro. Sick people. That's what they do, man. Swimming, weightlifting, strong man, fucking strong man. Fucking lunatics. These people ain't right, bro. The proper term for blacklisted is Section 8. Oh, you know what? I got to hit the little chirp, the little battery chest. Yeah, dude. I don't understand these people, man. These people are out here fucking just drowning in their mental illness, fucking swinging their wieners out in the women's locker room and fucking dropping their balls in the middle of a dude. Like, I mean, if I was if I was in the men's bathroom and a girl walked out and dropped their boobies out, I mean, I wouldn't be too upset with that. But as long as she doesn't have a ladyboy wiener, I mean, it is a little different, I guess you could say. If the woman is in the men's bathroom, that could be kind of dope. But the other way around, nah, bro. I will say this though. I pulled up some of the flip side. I pulled up something with some because I thought to myself, I might want to wait for John for this because I'm going to ask him this. But what about women in men's sports? Let's have a look. See, let me ask you this in the chat. Do you think there's any women joining men's teams? That's a good one because I thought no, and then I looked it up, and lo and behold, I was wrong. But I'm gonna wait for John because I'm gonna ask him if he knows any of it because he probably doesn't because he's a fucking idiot. Big old dumbass. Let's see. Where's the kid in track? Here's another one. Dude wins the NCAA Division II track. Fucking 17-year-old dude. Swimming, dude. All of them. Bunch of fucking dudes. Cycling, volleyball. Can you imagine a dude fucking spiking a volleyball and a fucking little high school girl gonna break her fucking face? Fucking crazy people, man. I'm telling you, these people ain't right. He said, I actually seen something lately. Dude, I see people. I'm in Florida, so I don't see a whole lot of it. But when I do, bro, I point that shit out. I love to say, like, hey, how are you, sir? I'll cross the fucking street just to be like, yo, what's up, dog? What's up, dude? There was a female, I think, in football who joined. Yes, there was. Indeed, there was. I know that there was a girl. I remember about a couple years ago, there was a girl that kicked field goals in a high school, but that's a fucking field goal, right? They're not getting fucking crushed. Oh, do you remember? Anybody remember that fucking women's football league, like where they were like half-ass naked and then the lingerie and the fucking little fucking tongs coming out, and they had the fucking shoulder pads and the helmets. That shit lasted for about a season, and all them broads got CTE, and they forgot their names. Maybe them the girls who turned into trannies. They forgot that they were chicks. They thought they were fucking dudes. Fucking lunatics. But I will say this: is it mostly? Let me ask you this out here, King Days. Is it mostly women transitioning to men, or men transitioning to women? Ooh, if I had to take a guess, I would say it's men transitioning to women. 50-yard in the door. I would say, yeah, I would think it's more dudes in dresses than chicks. See, the chicks, I don't think they transition to men. I just think they look like butch, like they got the flannel and the short hair. They're just gay. I think women who want to be dudes just dress up. They drive Subarus. They cut their hair like mine. They always get like a little lightning bolt or some shit on the side. And they get like a tattoo of like a fucking star or a wolf or some shit on their forearm. And they get like some beads, maybe like a crystal necklace, but they always got the fucking flannel and they walk around like they're the dude in the relationship, but I don't think they go all out and like cut their titties off. They get those little sports bras that hold their boobies down, try to make them look like they got fucking pecs on. But the dudes, man, the dudes go all out. They love that shit, dude. That's what they look. Yeah, dude. I see those once in a while too, and they're probably more manly than half the dudes I know though. Those chicks in the flannels, they're fucking slinging a hammer and fucking driving F4 450s. You know, I said before I grew. Oh, you grew up in the LGB? Yeah, you know what? So did I. It's called Maryland. That's where John lives.
Yeah, I had a 50-yard dash to the bathroom and I pissed myself on the way
I was
there.
gonna say, what did you just take a shit, dude?
No, I had to
So
clean myself.
So here, check it out, right? So I asked the chat a question. So a couple questions. Do you think it's mostly women transitioning to men or men transitioning into women?
I would think it's more men transitioning into women.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And then so I was
Is that
telling
not it?
no, I'm saying that's what I think it is. I was telling King Days that when a man transitions to a woman, like they want to be like fucking the makeup and the whole shebang, right? But chicks who are transitioning to dudes, they just buy flannels, Subarus, and they get little short haircuts with like little lightning bolts in their hair.
Jesus Christ.
But they always drive Subarus.
And a roll of duct tape.
Not enough duct tape because they keep talking. So um He said, "My dad's best friend, we called Uncle Tammy." Yo, you know who you are. You better step up your game. King Days might be taking over.
Yeah, no, you know who
I
you
think
are
King I
left
think
the
King
chat.
Days might be our number one new fan. He's coming in with the smoke tonight. He's dropping it.
He's staying the whole 50 some minutes.
So so yeah, so okay, so you got all these fucking dudes becoming women, right? Um I was saying before when you went to shit yourself, I was saying, what about women who join men's sports? Right? That was right.
I understand what you're
Okay.
saying. It just has me
So
thinking like
Danica Patrick. See, I don't look at that as that's I'm
that's a
when I
different kind of sport,
yes.
Ronan.
I think of when I but I'm saying when I asked ChatGPT, it was like, oh well, there's Danica Patrick. I'm like, this bitch drives a car. Like, get the fuck out of here.
But I will tell you, there has never been, no, there has been, but never did it amount to anything. A race car driver in Formula One that was a woman. They just, their bodies physically cannot handle the G forces of a Formula One car the same way.
Stretching me cheeks. He said, I would rather have Uncle Tammy bar fighting next to me than Dan, who identifies as Donna. So check it out, right? So there's a couple women who joined, right? So we were talking about this high school girl who joined this football team and she was kicking field goals. That's a little bit different. Soccer girl, whatever. Do you remember the football league a couple years ago where the women were in shoulder pads and helmets, but they were wearing like bikinis and
Lingerie.
yeah, dude. Do you
Yeah.
remember that shit?
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, dude, they were rocking thongs and knocking the shit out of each other. But you know what? That ended quickly. I think they all got CTE. Maybe those are the ones who became trans because their brains got all fucking mush.
Oh my God. No, but those women who did that, that was their choice. Why are we not allowed to like it?
Yeah, no, we can like it. And they played with other women.
Yeah.
That's what made it great. Was
Some
that
of them were beasts, dude.
dude? Some of them I wouldn't have fucked with, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
seriously.
there's a couple broads in there. So again, the reason we brought this up is because we hit a viral post last week. We got 215,000 views on a video that we made about this subject. So we figured, obviously, we struck a chord, so we might as well make a show on it.
We even had
Um,
people like fighting with each other in the comments
yeah.
about it. We even had
Oh, we had a
a
shit
couple
ton of
people.
comments.
My favorite comments were the ones that basically alluded to I'm never voting blue again. This is why
Yeah.
oh, those were some of my favorites. I
Yeah.
applaud those brave individuals for saying that. That was awesome.
Well, it's things like that and like the Save Act that people were like, wait, why are we talking about like this is where we're at right now. Like we're talking about, women and men in the same sports, and we're talking about you need to be a citizen to vote. Like an ID is now racist. Like what the fuck are you talking about?
And real quick on this comment, Samoan women that are brutal, we're not doubting that there are women that are beasts, but put a Samoan woman into a rugby match against a Samoan man, and that Samoan man is going to crush that woman every time.
So here's a funny story about that. Um, I dated a chick who played rugby, and I remember our first date. She had a rugby game, and she was like, "Yeah, come to the game, right?" So I was like,
Who was
"Yeah."
this?
This chick I used to date in Salisbury. So I go to this was at Salisbury University. So she played for the college team, and I show up to the game like I'm thinking this is gonna be like flag football. And she was a little bit tall too. She was like tall as me. And the game starts, and I'm just sitting there just kind of bullshitting. And she is like wrecking bitches. I was like, God damn. I was like, oh, it was almost like a fucking turn off. And this girl fell and she stomped her in the throat with her cleat, like Dominic Sue stomp. And I was like, oh, this ain't gonna work, bro. This is too much woman for me.
Right? Did you
But
date her after that?
yeah, for a little bit. And
Oh
then she
my
and
God.
then
And
I'll
you're
tell you
not
what,
very
funny
strong.
story. Funny story. So we were out at this restaurant. I took her out to this restaurant and I'm sitting in the booth and she gets up and she goes to the bathroom. And as she goes to the bathroom, she was wearing like a nice little dress or whatever. And this old man comes up, and this is in Salisbury, Maryland, like out in the fucking boonies, dude. This is like farming country. And this old fucking hillbilly walks up to me. He's like, "Boy, you lucky I'm old. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed." And I'm just like, "The fuck's this guy talking about?" Right. So he leaves. And as she comes walking out of the bathroom, I look at her and she's got bruises all over her legs from rugby. I'm
Oh my
sitting there
god.
like,
I was
"Oh my
thinking
God."
because she's a rugby player, did that man think you were dating a man?
And you know what? Dude, it looked like I beat her. She's like covered in like welts and cuts. And I was like, "Yo, get your shit. We're out of here." So, what's he say? Yeah, but you know why your butt hurt after that Bud Light? That's what I'm saying. Maybe that was fucking that Bud Light, dude. Makes you gay and makes my taint hurt. You
So
know?
let me ask you this. When a trans person goes all the way, does every surgery, top, bottom, the whole nine, can a dude even tell if
Oh my
they're
god, that's so scary.
that is the scariest fucking thing
Lady
on the
boys,
fucking planet.
could you imagine, yo? Could you imagine like going out on a date? Right, you're single. Imagine fucking swiping left or right, whatever it is, and you go out, you fucking have dinner, you have a couple drinks, you guys are chilling, everything's going good, and you get back to your junk, and all of a sudden it's like, boom, dick.
I will say this on like dating sites. I don't know if it's 100% bulletproof because there's no way to know. You don't talk to every person on a dating site. You may see them, but you may never communicate with them. But I will say this, like there are a lot of them within the first two sentences of their profile description, they will say, I'm transitioning, I am trans, I have all surgeries, and you swipe, get the fuck out of my face.
Oh my god, dude,
Yeah,
that's
but they're
insane.
there and they're looking. So that makes me wonder if they're putting themselves out there as a woman saying they're trans, how many dudes are actually swiping right and want to like get to know them and talk to them?
Oh my god. Yeah, but let me ask you this. Dude, I fuck with this King Days dude. He's funny. So, but let me ask you this. What if somebody, cuz I've seen a video, I saw a video once of this lady boy who didn't tell this person that they were kind of like talking and shit, and like obviously they didn't hook up yet, but like they've been talking for a few
But that's
weeks.
the question. Is it obvious if they do all the surgeries? You know what I mean?
But let me, okay, now that we're going down this fucking hole, no pun intended, is it okay for them not to tell
But
you? Like,
that is not okay to
isn't
not
th-
tell.
isn't that something that you'd be like, "Hey, what's up? My name's Tanya. I have a wiener,"
Oh,
or
they
is
need to
that
tell
something
you.
like you hold back to see if you can trick somebody? And then once you start getting serious, you're like, "Oh, hey, by the way, I forgot to tell you my dick's bigger than yours." Like, how does that work? Like, because in Thailand, like they tell you, like, "Oh, let me give you rub down," and then they're fucking lady boys.
So
Not that I would know.
there's this bit that's done on the Steve Harvey show, not the Steve Harvey radio show, okay? And what they do is like someone will call in and say, "Hey, can you play a prank on somebody?"
Mhm.
So let's just role play here. I call you, "Hey Ron, what's going on? This is Tyrone." And you don't
Okay.
know who I am.
Yeah.
Go on.
Okay. Yeah. What's up? What do you need?
So my sister Erin, who you're dating, blah blah blah. Did she ever tell you that she had some surgery done before?
Oh shit.
And these dudes get so mad. They think
Y-
that their wives
Our
are
dudes.
former dudes, man. It's
Ooh, that might be
hilarious.
too far. That might be too far, amigo.
Dude,
If
I would
if
lose
it's
my shit.
post op, dig a hole.
And that's really why I asked that question. It's because of
Yeah.
that. Like, can you tell? Like, that's scary if this person kept that secret from you. I think that would be extremely disrespectful.
Ooh. Oh, I
He,
would
he
feel. I
said
would.
role play.
I
Oh,
would.
we'll
Listen.
role play all right.
Listen. Them, they, that, it, thing, whatever, dude. Listen. If there's no difference between this, then why is there different sports? Or why have separate sports, right? But here's my bigger okay.
Trans
So
leagues, trans leagues, trans
that's what I'm
leagues.
saying. Have a tranny league,
I'll
dude.
fucking watch it.
I'll, fu- I'll I will bet on it.
I will bet on it. I would watch it. I would bet
I'll
on
put
it. I would talk about it at work. I'll
listen,
be like, "Yo, did you check out?"
bro. I like me a little horse race. Lost the Derby today, but I'll bet on a tranny fucking horse race. Fuck yeah, bro.
Jesus
I
Christ.
don't get listen, I don't care. But listen, before we get too fucking derailed here, another pun intended. Should women lose privacy in locker rooms? That's a simple. I can't even believe I just asked you that.
Yeah,
That to me is
that's
like the most retarded question I've ever asked.
I mean, they could lose privacy to straight dudes so we can go in and peep on them, but that's about it.
That's a straight good thing to do. You're just a peeping Tom, right? Like
Yeah, just being a man.
you're not a peeping Tammy. But no, in all fairness, I don't think women should have to tolerate that shit. I could you imagine like somebody coming in and just like you're just in your own little world. You've just finished a workout and some I was saying when you went to the bathroom before you shat yourself, if I was a dude and a woman came in and like just dropped her shirt or dropped her towel, I'd be like, "Oh, snap." Like I wouldn't be offended.
No, not at all.
But if I was a woman, it's obviously a little bit different. If I was a woman and some fucking dude comes in and drops his junk out, I'm gonna be like, "Yo, bro, what are you doing? Better tame that
Like
junk."
this like the shadow sausage dude?
Yeah, oh, meat beater in fucking
Jesus
aisle
Christ.
2. But they shouldn't have to they shouldn't have to oh, he says the wife was their missing brother. Is he talking about the France junk? Gotta be careful so I don't get Candace Owens down here and get fucking sued. Um,
Trans League would be like the old Sega
yeah,
game,
dude, could you
Mutant
imagine
League Football.
bro, could you imagine Mike Obama fucking throwing a bomb deep?
Jesus Christ.
Oh, Big Mike with them fucking shoulders, bro. What you talking about, my brother? Don't be talking about Barack like that. Fuck out of here. Trans League, old Sega game. Yes, like Techno Bowl.
Here, I got one for you. There you go. Boom.
What are you bumping? What was that?
That.
Oh, the game controller.
The game
So,
control with a zombie.
here's the so one of the things that I absolutely fucking hate is DEI, all that inclusion bullshit. Look, if you're a good person, I'll treat you good. But like I don't feel that we need to go along like now. Have you ever heard of a furry?
No.
Okay, good. A furry is someone who like dresses up as a fucking cat and they have like the little ears and they have a little fucking tail and they go to school. Dude, it's to the point where in these liberal ass fucking places, they allow these children to come in and act as a cat. They're called furries.
Oh, yeah, I have heard of that.
Okay. And the schools will protect these things,
Furries.
right?
Well, they got pedo on them?
Well, they'll let them like drink a fucking milk bowl in the corner and shit. Like these people,
That is indoctrination at
yes.
its best.
So and you brought up a good point earlier about what we did before I moved to Florida about us fighting with the public schools about the kids' rights and stuff like that. So in this world that we currently live in, there's some places, mostly blue states, blue cities, that feel that if your child is trans, that they can live that lifestyle at school without informing you.
Oh, yeah.
That is a fucking problem. Like
That is a
that's
huge problem.
listen, if my kid has something going on, especially something at that level, like what is the suicide rate of these trannies, right? Like clearly we have some fucking mental illness going on. That's what you need, John. Next week when we go live, usually we go live on Wednesday nights at 9. Next Wednesday night when we go live, I want you to put a little kitty litter box underneath your chair so you can just
Jesus.
fucking just
I'll
go right
change
there.
my name from
That's the
John
first
K to
that's the first time
Furry
you ever
Man.
that's the first time you ever fucking bailed on me during a show, even
Dude,
when you had
I literally we hit live and 15 seconds into the live, I started needing to pee. I was like, okay, I could hold this.
Dude, you had
40 minutes in, I could not hold it anymore. And I got like 2 feet from the toilet and I pissed down my leg and had to change my pants.
it's
I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Are you
yeah, this
serious?
motherfucker had Domino's pizza delivered during a fucking live show.
Now, real quick, you said something about DEI.
Yeah.
There was this crazy post today the Hodge twins put up. Um, there was this guy, white dude. He had applied for over 300 jobs on Indeed and Glassdoor and all these different job platforms, right? White dude, not one response. Look at what these liberal corporations are doing. He reapplied to all those jobs using some name, Singh Buntabar,
Or Jerome Jenkins.
like 90 responses in an hour and a half
Yeah.
because his name was not white, and they were just like, "Oh yeah, you're good. You're gonna fill the quota really nicely."
Yeah. I'll tell you what, dude.
If
I
we
know
can't
I know
have
that for a
DEI
fact.
inclusion, written into law, and you're gonna eliminate all of that, we'll do it in a different way. Liberals are sneaky as shit.
Yeah, and they're fucking demonic too. So that all started
Why
with
do you got to
Biden.
be white? Well, the post was about a white guy saying he put out 300 applications, and the minute he changed his name to Sing such and whatever,
Something Wong.
yeah, everything changed for him, and he was getting job offer after offer.
Yeah, that's my alter ego. Whenever I go places like a hotel, it'll be Something Wong.
Jesus Christ.
What's the
Yeah,
matter?
something wrong with our country right now. Fucking
Indeed, there
crackheads.
is, my man. So I don't know, man. This is something that really fucking bothers me. I don't know why it bothers me so much. I think it's because they
Ronan, you
expect us to
have a
play into it.
daughter, bro. Like,
Yeah,
why
that's
wouldn't it bother you?
yeah. Oh, you know what
Your
she said?
daughter at any moment, if you didn't live where you lived, there was a greater chance that, that could happen. Where I live, that could happen. That has happened.
Yeah,
That does happen. Like, it's talked about in our community.
it's not a big thing down here in Florida.
Oh, hell no, it's not a big
You know what's
thing
funny
down there.
is my daughter said to me about an hour before we went on. She said, "Hey, what are you guys doing the show on today?" And I was like, I'm thinking to myself, like, she might be a little too young for this, but I was like, you know what? Hold my beer. I was like, listen, we're doing a show on men playing in women's sports. And she was like, what are you talking about? That doesn't even make sense. And I was like, I
Your
know.
daughter asked that?
Yeah. She was like, that doesn't even make sense. What do you mean?
That's so sweet that she's that innocent, and there are
Yeah.
people in the world that would take that from her.
Yeah, exactly. So, and when I told her, I was like, listen, I was like, there's some crazy ass people out here who think they can be girls. And she was like, but they can't because they're boys. Like, that doesn't make any sense. And I was like, damn, I've done a really good job with you. Like, I've shaded her this far from that fucking poison that,
And that's sad that, like, in part of you being a parent, you had to use that as a thing that was part of your curriculum in raising her, Like,
yeah,
that's pathetic as shit. 20 years ago, we didn't have to worry about that. You heard about that kind of nonsense? That person was locked up. They were put in shackles. They were,
yeah.
electrocuted and
But
waterboarded. Who gives a shit what happened to them?
it was
They
nice to
shouldn't be able to
see.
walk around in society.
It was nice to see her brain was like the critical thinker was like, dude, that shit don't make no fucking sense. What are
Yeah,
you?
it
She was
makes
like,
no
you're doing a
sense.
show on that? That sounds real fucking dumb. And I was like, you know what? You're right.
Yeah, it sounds dumb that we're wasting our time, but 215,000
Yeah.
people saw that, and it sparked such a
We had over 200 and something comments. Like that shit was fucking crazy, bro.
it
Like,
was crazy. It was
I mean,
absolutely crazy, and just looking at what people wrote, and like I said earlier, my favorite thing was seeing the people that commented and said, they were gonna shift their vote, and
yeah,
this is why I'm never voting blue again.
I did
You
see a
should
lot of
never
that.
vote blue for many reasons.
Yeah.
Many reasons.
Yeah.
Did you
Especially
see
if you,
that post I did the other day on Snap, and how Here, I'll show you guys really quick. There was a post I did where it showed here you go. Let me jump into this really quick for you. It was a post I did that showed
Oh, you see
us.
my hey, you see my black Trump?
Look at this. Oh, hold on. We'll look at the black Trump in a minute. Now, these are 14,000 people on Snap exposed for having luxury vehicles. 3 Bentley, a Bentley, and you're on Snap? 3 Ferraris, 11 Lamborghinis, Maseratis, Porsches, Alfa Romeos, Teslas. I mean,
So you know what? There was one
what?
comment. There was one comment in there that was eye-opening to me, and somebody was like, how can you buy a car with EBT?" Right? She said something about, how can you even? What does this have to do with the car? And I'm all like, and I said to her, I'm like, the money the thousands of dollars you're supposed to be spending on food, you could spend that on the Bentley. You dumb fucking like, what's wrong with you? Just people are asleep, bro.
I mean, they actually believe that kings are real. The king on the right here is made up
King
by your
Jesus.
bullshit poison brain that you have. And the king on the left here, everyone in the country that this king belongs to knows he's a fucking fake,
And
puppet figurehead.
now that you're gonna pull that picture up, so
We'll pull them all up, baby.
listen on this one. Leave this one up for a second.
It's staying up.
So for like 3 months, we had to hear about this fucking no kings bullshit, right? And then a king comes to town, and what they do, they sucked him off and fucking applauded him and standing ovations.
In Congress.
These fucking beta ass bitch fucking Democrats, dude. They'll stand up against the fucking fake king, but then when the real king comes to town, they'll fucking blow him off.
Let's show the audience some of the things that we see and or deal with on a daily basis, and it's, to me, justification as to why um they sign a bill in Congress and say nay to it when it comes to women's sports. Here's one of the idiots that said nay. You ready for this? She's been great
Oh
in the
my
news
god.
lately.
Talk about retard.
Yeah, seriously. How do we get some sound here? Okay,
Women, Japanese, Italian immigrants.
here we go.
The last time the Alien Enemies Act was invoked, it was used to detain and deport German, Japanese, Italian immigrants during World War XI.
What an absolute
Fucking
moron.
stupid bitch.
She is so stupid.
What a fucking idiot. I can't stand her. All right. Well, look, it's I don't know, man. Obviously, it upsets a lot of people because if and one person, I heard one of the comments was, why are you getting worked up over 1% of people? And it's like that 1% of people is trying to make my daughter think that you're okay and you're a fucking cuckoo head.
And that 1% of people is causing such an uproar in our
Yeah.
country and damaging like traditional family values and morals that we believe in. Why would that be shoved down our throat and then we're looked at as the bad guys?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I see nothing normal with that whatsoever. And I think that the parents that allowed it to happen are just as much of the problem. So, we have this 1% of people that do this plus their parents. So it's bigger
Yeah.
than 1%, lady.
Hey, so you see King
Man.
Dazed?
Whatever you are.
Hey,
King Dazed, yeah.
He had a major surgery, 100%. Kids are grown, but he's 42. That's like me, dude. I'm 45. I've had 5 back surgeries, bro. My back is all fucked up.
He said, I'm
Um,
going ape shit on these demons once I heal.
So
I've
yeah,
been
dude.
waiting for the call.
Listen, I feel you on the surgery thing, dude. That's a fucking struggle I deal with every day. But I didn't cut my wiener off. I didn't do that surgery. I'm Irish, so we're fucking slanging.
Jesus Christ.
But it is obviously a very touchy subject. Um, but when you get to the inclusion thing, what matters more, the biological sex or the gender identity? And then hold on, before we jump off here, all right?
Until gender identity becomes a thing that comes out of my penis and goes into a woman's vagina and a baby starts being made, that's when it will become relevant. But until then, gender identity is gender delusion, gender dysphoria, you name it.
Yes, gender
It's
dysphoria. There you go, right
it
there.
is exactly like saying you made apple pie with a fucking bushel of oranges. It's not happening.
So let me ask you this, okay? Before we land this monster of a plane. So there's LBG barbecue, LBC, and the DC. So what is LBGTQ is queer. What the fuck's the difference between queer and fucking gay and lesbian? Is it, first of all, isn't gay and lesbian the same fucking thing?
No.
Lesbian, you like women, gay, you like dudes, right?
Yeah.
What the fuck is the difference? I thought lesbian and gays were the same thing.
I mean, in a way, they are. They could say, I am a gay lesbian. I'm a gay.
So I'm a lesbian gay. So, okay. So then there's trans. What is queer? Queer is just fucking all of it, right?
I don't know. I thought queer would be like drag queens. See, here's the crazy thing. I don't care about anything past the gay or the lesbian. Anything past it.
Oh, the B's just kind of like B is bi, right?
Okay,
So
fine. Bi
LGB.
also.
LGB, dude. Hey, LGB, let's go, dude. I'll
Yep,
support you.
LGB, we're all over it. We
Well,
love it.
okay, so there's
I have
T.
family members that fall in that. I have friends that fall in that. I
Yeah.
have great conversations with those people. They are normal. They have their wits about them. They know what common sense is. They just
Yeah.
prefer a dick over a vagine. They
And-
prefer a puss over a sausage.
Yeah, and lesbians I get along with. We have a lot of stuff in common.
And some of them like to be selfish and have a little bit of both, sausage
So-
and pie.
So let me ask you this, right? So there's
Shepherd's
T-
pie.
There's TQ, and then you start getting into like this weird shit, right? There's
Well, they've incorporated somehow at the
A or
very end
something?
of that flag with the diamond or the triangle lines.
the Minnesota flag.
Oh, speaking of which, I think they're bringing back the old flag, but
You don't say.
they've incorporated like Black Lives Matter in that flag.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, that's what
shut
I'm
the
saying.
fuck up.
it's
Black
such a
Lives
sh-
Matter is such a fucking scam. Even
Dude.
black people know it's a scam.
Dude, listen, the LGBTQ flag has now turned into like the golden corral of fucking gayness. It's just like a smorgasbord of just whatever, dude. Like
Yeah, it's a buffet, man.
it's a buffet of fucking retards.
Yeah, well, no, not all of them. In the very beginning of it,
Yeah.
those people worked really hard to,
Yeah, I would feel so bad if I was gay or lesbian, because I would feel like all the hard work that my people put in has been ruined by these fucking lunatics.
absolutely. And my
bother me.
favorite are the gay people that like stand up to this nonsense and they're like, this is ridiculous, like you're making me look bad all over again. It's like I'm starting back at square one, and we did
Yeah.
so much work in this
You done
community
fucked me
to
up,
be
bro.
accepted.
Done messed my whole game up.
Yeah, absolutely. It is ridiculous.
All right. Well, I will say this: tonight's show obviously is, and we'll post this on all of our platforms. We usually record and then post it.
You'll get
on
full
the show.
episodes on YouTube and some
Yeah.
really awesome, funny shorts and clips on Facebook, X,
And
TikTok,
Just so,
and YouTube.
hey, just so you know who you are and Brett are, like, dude, you guys are now in second place. King Dazed is fucking taking the throne, dude. My man I love it, dude. I love seeing him in the chat.
King
and-
Days, do you going to
He said, "Don't post me."
watch a couple more shows of ours? Because we're pretty consistent with Wednesday nights, but
Wednesday
we
night
had
at 9.
difficulty. So this was
Yeah, this was like a pop up.
yeah, this was a fun
This-
pop up.
Yeah, this wasn't. He said, "Don't post me." I didn't give permission. You got it, King Dazed. We'll just call him We'll call him King Karen. There we go. King Karen. I'll be here. Um, but yeah, so we'll post some skits up there. We'll do some stuff on. But yeah, it's nice when you have
He said I'm being a Karen. No, we'll change that name. We'll call you like KD.
KD. There you go.
What up, KD?
Anyway, so yeah, these are the subjects that obviously
He said I
people
have no life.
these are the subjects people want to hear about. They get fired up over it. You know, that shit pisses me off. I hate it. I don't
Yep.
listen, I don't want to play your fucking game. All right. You want to be called a thing? You know what I fucking hate? Oh my god, bro. I hate when I see like a business card or something, and at the bottom it says him, he, him, she, her.
I
Fucking
should
bitch.
have warned my pronouns are fuck you.
He, him. How about they, it, or that bitch? All right.
Dude, my new pronoun is I'm a dude.
I'm a dude. You know
I'm
what,
a
dude?
dude.
In all fairness, I think half of the women I see now, I think are dudes. And I feel so bad for it because I'm like, she's probably a girl, but she looks like a fucking dude. Most women look like dudes now.
Most women look like dudes now.
Yeah, I feel
And you
terrible
say
too.
this why? From
Just
something they're
people I
doing
see,
to
like
themselves?
when I go to the grocery store, I'm like, oh my god, look at that fucking dude. Looks like a fucking dude with tits. I don't trust anyone. I have trust issues now. Like, you know, boobs used to just sell the deal, but now it's like, ooh, boobs fake. She's a
Ron, I
dude.
think most people have trust issues right now in our country. And, you know, this is one small little thing that's going on in our country. Real quick, before we land this plane tonight, look at the talk on the Epstein files. Zilts, nada,
Yeah.
zero. You know, oh, check this one out. This was good. I'm not a fan of this dude, Comey, you know, getting arrested for the 8647
Yeah.
picture.
Yeah.
But real quick, in that man's defense, we're going to fight and arrest this man over a picture like
Mm.
that. But there's pedophiles out there that got away with, like, you know, taking back a bottle of
Yeah.
some magic potion. And oh my God.
You see that post I put on today with Mark Wahlberg? 7,000 views off the jump. Drinking that.
Oh, I saw that.
Drinking that juice.
Yeah, that juice,
that
man. That
jerky.
juice. And nobody's getting in trouble, but Comey's gonna get arrested and put in front of a judge and all this shit. I don't like the dude, but because he did 8647 with seashells, yeah, he shouldn't have done that. But how about the guy that, you know, Ellen DeGeneres, Bill Gates? What
All right,
happened?
that's a whole nother show right there that you're opening up right now.
All right, well, we'll get into it for another day. King Days.
King Days, love you, brother. Thanks for hey, enjoy your sassy Sunday tomorrow.
Bro, if you follow us on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, X, you're guaranteed to know when we go on, when we go live, the whole nine.
And
We
then,
loved
hey, you know
having you
what?
tonight. It was kind of fun, honestly.
You know what? Let us know, dude. Maybe you can jump on the show as a guest for us. We could talk to you about, you know, whatever it is.
Oh, speaking of which, hopefully this turns into a nice little clip for us. We would love to have somebody as a guest on the show. We would
Yeah.
think it'd be so much fun. So if you're interested, let us know. Write to us. Our email is all over our TikTok page. Send us an email. This will be great.
Yeah, we love collaborations, you know, especially make sure you subscribe too. Like, share that shit, post it, touch it, play with it, little twinkle, 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 you know what I'm saying? Do whatever you got to do, the buttons over there.
He said,
But-
"Ticka-ticka-ticka-ticka-ticka."
You know, and let's go. You know,
Let's
let's
go.
land it up. That's it.
That's it.
All right, y'all.
Peace, guys. Yeah.